welcome to the Spire Riffcast episode 4. We'll be discussing all things metal, non-metal, and every point in between, blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry, guys. It sounds pretty rough right now, I know. I'm actually doing the intro a couple days after we did our session, and we had me, Pat Young, and we had Lawrence Chapone, Jesse Peacemaker, Cameron Price, Richie McGee from Stone Thrower, and we had a bunch of our friends sitting in. So what started out as a continuation of our part 1 with me sitting down with Lawrence and discussing our timeline, we gotten it up to like the 2008 Re-Evolution record, and so we had Jesse sitting in with us. People came over, and more people came over, and more people came over. Then even leads on with the podcast, and we had to stop it where it was. So it's very jumbled. We wanted to stay consistent with this whole thing and releasing it every 2 weeks. And even though the levels are off, and as we became more indulgent in the nighttime libations, we were all having a good time, a bunch of friends sitting around talking. I still felt though they were good stories. So right now we're sitting down, listening to the new Steven Wilson record, and we're all sharing stories and having a good time. So I hope you all enjoy. While you're here, we got to talk about. I want to talk about the show, but. Where did we leave off? So we left off at,
Did you get the pool part?
Wow.
The audition that he did over the telephone around my pool?
Nope, we did not get there. We stopped right there.
No, yeah,
I was in my bedroom at my mom's house. I lived in Skinny Atlas Falls.
Yeah.
That was like before I had even met any of you guys.
How do we even like get tipped off to you? I forgot so much shit.
It was Tiffany.
Okay.
Actually, because I had known Tiffany previous to meeting you guys, and she had known that I was an aspiring vocalist looking for musicians to play with, and had also recently known that you guys were looking for a vocalist to go into the studio and record Divine Rights EP with.
Mm-hmm.
She called me up and told me and fucking hooked me up with you guys. And
what did you do, Tiff? Tiff's right next to him right now. What did you do? Look what you did. And now he's here. Because he's here.
Right.
Right?
So, yeah.
So we're in Cameron's basement. I have some memories. Cameron's basement. We call you up. We call you.
I don't remember that much.
What boyfriend girlfriend thing is this? We call you, or do you? And you're waiting by the phone, twirling the cord because we had cord phones.
Yeah, right.
It was a cell phone. No, it was.
No,
It was my first cell phone, actually. Yeah.
I was on my house phone. I remember that.
Yeah. And so.
I don't remember who called who though.
So I haven't even met you yet.
Mm-mm.
None of us met him.
No.
It was the voice. It was like.
It was the three of us sitting here.
The only person in
You,
this
Cameron,
room that I had met at that point was Tiffany.
Think about that now. That's fucked.
How long ago was that?
Jesus.
11 years.
11
Yeah.
Years this summer. Yeah.
It
Okay,
would've
11
been-
years.
It would have been June.
Yeah.
Yep.
We called you. And you had material prepared.
I did. I think I did Slipknot. I
Which one?
What the fuck?
They were
was that
huge
song?
at that
Eyeless?
point.
Was it Eyeless?
I
It was
think so.
something heavy.
On.
We needed something with a scream.
Yeah.
And you screamed.
It was the one where
Your
the
karaoke soundtrack over that phone was a wreck, like, of the mix of things. Like, I'm pretty sure you followed that song with Stained.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's.
What did you even sing?
Dude, I don't know.
Was it Outside or was it? No, it was like something off of Dysfunction.
More likely than not, yeah.
Yeah. And then you did you do a Tool song? That's in my head that you did like a Tool track.
Yeah, I feel like there was one other
Yeah, it was
thing,
something
but
heavy.
I can't.
Because we wanted to hear you scream again. I feel like.
That would have been the Slipknot tune.
I can't remember
But there was that's
though.
what he led off with. Because I remember that clear as bell. I remember being 14, standing around that pool with you guys, and we've got him on speakerphone on Lawrence's cell phone. It must be. And we just hear him scream, and we're all looking at each other like, "Oh, he can scream! This is cool!" You know?
And it was on at that point.
And then what did we say? Were we like, "You're in, dude.
Pretty much.
You
How it
got it,
happened.
dude." Some fucking like Full House shit. Hey, it's a Richie.
There he is.
What up?
What's happening, brother?
All right, so we were talking about your audition, your lovely audition with us, changing your name from Kate Hudson to Katy Perry, paving the way for.
That was a huge step for me though.
Yeah,
Changing my name like that.
changing your name like that. Yeah. I don't know. Peacemaker is pretty suspicious. You should have went with a more normal, believable name.
Obviously, I figured Katy Perry was
Yeah.
the right way to go.
Yeah. All right. Now I got some Native American jokes. You want to hear them? I haven't actually had them in a while. When you do a handstand, does it sound like a bunch of elbow macaroni tumbling down you? That delivery was awful, but the visual's nice.
Oh my god, it does though.
Glad you
Cool.
enjoyed it.
Yeah. No, that's pretty good. Is
Okay,
that-
so
is that it?
we said no. I don't have any more. I'll find them. You're
Yeah,
my
I know.
muse.
I know. Don't you?
Yeah.
You're fine.
Um.
That was great.
Okay, thank you.
No,
So,
I
Yeah.
I felt you deserved that one.
Thanks.
You tried.
We're editing this part out.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
No, we're not. We're not editing it out.
So yeah, I actually I auditioned. I joined like that day, the following day or whatever, and then we went into the studio 2 weeks following that to record Divine Rights EP.
Did you you must have practiced with us a couple times,
A couple of times.
but not much.
I got
We used to practice in your mom's basement. You guys used to practice in your mom's basement.
I must have brought like a tape recorder or some shit.
Yeah, we're just sitting close, just because like this applies to, and then you guys can do a toggle if you need it. Yeah, it'll be cute. Hit each other in the face with it.
See,
Playfully.
Enable toggle mode.
Divine
yeah.
Rights EP, and we pumped it out fast. We did
Yeah.
2000 January 2004. We did Enigma, and went through puberty on that. I talked about that before. I went through
Right.
puberty right during
Right.
the recording,
Right.
halfway through the record,
Right.
and that was a lot of fun. And then we wrote the EP. So we did the album first, the EP second. Smart choice. Every band should do that. It's great. And so then we did the EP second. We did it with you, and we got you 2 weeks before, right?
Yeah.
It was 2 weeks before,
No.
and you came in and threw it down.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think
That was great. Your scream has always been good, like really good. It's always
you.
been good. Don't worry, this is the only compliment you're getting tonight. And the way it's changed has, that's been great as well. Like the progression of it,
Word.
or the abuse of it, the abuse career of your scream.
Definitely.
It's settled in nicely.
Definitely more abusive than progressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I like every record, like for whatever changes we've went through, because we sucked for a long time. But whatever changes we went through, most people start other bands. I was talking about it with Lawrence. People start other bands and they end up where they are, and we still kept the same name because we're not afraid. It was like we were diddled by our uncle a long time ago, and instead of the relocation program and figuring it out and starting fresh and going to a new school, we said, fuck it, I'm going to hang out at my own grad party with Mr. Diddles,
Classy
over there.
analogy.
Yeah.
Thanks. I was going to say something to that effect as well.
Yeah, Matt, you don't have to cover your laugh. It's okay. We actually need the laughter so that it sounds like people actually appreciate our jokes.
There's nothing funny about that.
Yeah, I know it's all serious, but it is serious.
That-
You take it seriously. You take diddling very seriously. It is a sport. It's like curling.
That's tricky.
Yeah.
You raise a valid point.
You can find Matt on any school bulletin board poster. It's a very grainy photo of him that says "Don't trick or treat at his house."
I earned that one, Dad, just so you know.
I trick or treat at Matt's house.
I know, but you're older. He doesn't like you anymore. You're fucking brown
Don't
banana.
tell me that. No.
But yeah, so that was the whole thing. Is that like my whole point? I don't know what my point was. My point is that like through all of that, because at that point you weren't even playing keyboard really. You weren't even playing keyboards. You were kind of like maybe dabbling in it, but you weren't like it wasn't being brought to the actual music. Lawrence was covering any keyboard parts we had. Lawrence was covering that.
Playing piano on and off since I was like 5, 6 years old.
Right.
And at that
but we
point,
never had it
at that point
with
in
the
time,
band.
it was like I was kind of like not really, too sure if I wanted to do it. You know what I mean? So I wasn't really doing it much.
Keyboard isn't exactly known as a metal as fuck instrument, so it's understandable.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just.
I think it's hilarious when we were like he's sound checking to like Legend of Zelda. I never. Yeah.
Song of Storms.
So,
Yes.
okay,
Song of
sorry.
Storms.
No, you're right. You had the game.
Song of Time as well.
You were in the right arena.
Song of Storms.
I just had to get a little more specific.
That's okay. That
yeah.
means we don't have to go to a corrections page or expand on that. But yeah, man, the Scream has been through all of it, through all of my voice cracking and shitty guitar playing and reamping clean guitar into a metal pod after the fact and editing our music, and the Scream has been great through all of it. And now it's just badass. It's just settled in. It's so raw. It's so pissed off. Hell yeah, man. Cheers.
Thank you.
And same thing with Richie.
Oh my god. Seriously.
Yeah, dude, you're it's that Scream. Like we go back and we listen to those records, and it's just we should do that someday. We should have like the prepubescent little pool party and just listen to our old records and shit on each other. And
I have all my recordings.
you have all your recordings? I have most of your
I
recordings.
have them from Ricky Kems. I didn't even have them. So.
Oh shit. I have most of them. I think it's your handwriting. Did you write on the demos? ALTS demo or whatever? Like, you guys, all of your, I get them mixed up though, because all of how you named the demos would be like really creative names like ALTS demo, demo 2004, demo 2005. That's how I figured it out. No, it was great.
But we didn't know because we wrote One Moment Past Nothing. We did a sandwich with the demo. We did a full-length demo.
That is, yes,
full-length.
we did the sandwich. We did the music industry botched sandwich, like the fast food faux pas. You don't do that. Like, it's the 2 layers of moldy bread that we put on this EP. So we had Enigma, and then we had an EP, which is supposed to do first, and then we had One Moment Past Nothing.
Do you remember? When that dude went outside and slapped that bitch?
Oh,
Yeah.
we're getting ahead of ourselves here.
Wait,
No,
but
'cause we're talking about One Moment Past.
Jesse,
Nothing,
do you
so-
listen to our podcast? Dude, we have a podcast. Yeah, dude, we actually started it recently, and it's on the podcast. We already talked about
Was
it.
that the last one?
It was the last
bro.
one.
Yeah, I missed that one.
We told everybody to tune in.
You didn't.
All
do
our
that.
friends, fans did.
Don't give me that face.
Yes. What?
Don't give me that face.
It's my face. I'm Polish. It looks distraught.
Makes me want to cry.
You're what?
He's not Polish.
I'm Polish.
Oh, so Tiff and
Yeah,
I
like-
had our anniversary dinner tonight. Our,
What?
our anniversary was at the beginning of this past month, and we had our dinner tonight for it.
Oh, nice.
And
Glad you got that.
I'm pretty sure the waitress dropped a bag of cocaine in front of us.
Pretty positive.
because after we were all seated or whatever and we got our drinks, she comes up and she goes, "Look, I know you guys saw what fell out of my pocket a little bit ago." And,
You didn't know it was cocaine until she said that.
I didn't. No, check this out. I didn't even see anything. We didn't see shit. She goes, "I know you guys saw what came out of my pocket earlier, and I just want to say I apologize greatly. It was really embarrassing for me. And that drink, I didn't charge you for it. I'm not going to charge you for any more of your drinks tonight. Feel free to order whatever you want."
Why the fuck didn't you call us?
Jesse.
I could be drunk right now.
We would have had the fundraiser getting bombed for drug addicts. Just fucking like, oh, dude. I'd be like, no, seriously, it's a bad thing. You need to stop. I'm not even pointing at her.
Yeah, so I felt like that was a story worth sharing.
It's a great
Was.
story.
That was a good story. That's a solid fucking story.
And it's unfortunate that so many people listen to this podcast that you didn't even know we had. and now she's going to lose her job, just like Richie's no longer in his job.
I didn't say where it was. I made sure not to say where it was.
But I have the joke. The waitress got the itch at Ichiban. There it is. It's over. Jobless. Now she'll be sucking dick for it. And not chopping it up and flipping it on fire in front of a baby. So impressive how they almost kill our child. It's okay. They're not human.
So yeah, we got a few free drinks tonight. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I know you guys saw what came out of my pocket earlier.
Who says that shit?
Somebody very paranoid. Very paranoid person.
Nice.
Probably on cocaine.
She probably was on a little bit of it.
Clearly it feels in her work pocket.
And it was loosely placed in her pocket enough to where it could come out, which means she was just bumping off trays.
The best part was that we didn't see a goddamn thing. Like we had
Yeah.
no idea
She
what
just-
she was talking about.
She just
Like,
walked up to you and she was just like, "Oh, I know you saw this, so your drinks are free."
we're like, okay.
Okay.
Jesus, dude. So none of that was about music at all.
That happens.
It does happen, because music isn't. None of that shit's interesting.
Nah. I'm done
You're done.
with music.
You're done with music.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Can we just talk about the shows? I don't want to talk about, because then we get into the next record and we talk about sad shit. And I don't want to talk about sad shit with you. I wanted you here so we could talk about sad shit, and then finally make it funny, because then we could
We
make
don't have to
fun
talk
of how
about sad
shitty your
shit.
cars are. And that's fucking hilarious how shitty your cars are. But then there's sad shit with it. But I don't do that.
I'll give you that.
yeah.
That's really funny.
But I do want to talk about the shows, because we have Cameron. We have a Cameron Price here. We have a Cameron Price here,
Hello.
and we don't have a Dan Manita here. And I wanted Dan here so we could talk shit. Like, these guys come to all the shows and been like the biggest supporters, and they were not here for the last weekend we did. We did Friday, February 20th in Albany. Saturday, we played in a basement in Utica. And Sunday, we were back at Lawrence's house. We did a private party there. That was a lot of fun, and they were there for that, so that was great. But they did not get to partake in this weekend and take a few stab wounds for us. It was intense.
Dude.
Yeah.
Put it right there, dude.
Dude. He would, too.
Dude, we almost watched.
Dude, this fucking house
dude
party
die.
went all Sopranos on us. It was a little ridiculous.
They had a guy cornered in a room with like 15 people, like
What?
in his face, like screaming, like
Like,
throwing this guy against the wall.
He was definitely
like,
blocked in the room, like
What did he do?
6 or 7 people deep.
That's a good question.
Yeah, what did he do?
What did he do? Let's get that out of the way first.
I'd like
Oh
to know.
my, okay.
This is Utica. We're in a basement. We've never been there before. We don't really know the people. Zach knows the host of it. The house owner there, and he's got us on a show at the Dev. Like, great guy.
And this guy puts on shows in his basement. He's been doing it for the past 8 years. Apparently, no problems.
Until Spire shows up. Because fuck us, dude. Dude, awful luck. And we showed up. I mean, it looked chill. It was awesome, and that's the intention. It's supposed to be. You got the guy was getting a keg. Like, we showed up, the snow started coming down, and instantly, as a Central New Yorker, I'm not used to the snow after growing up here, and you just bitch about it, and you go, I can't get anywhere, and you should be used to it. And we show up early to this thing. This guy's getting a keg. He's on his way back. Snow's coming down. We're questioning, the outcome of the show.
People
here.
are even going to show
yeah,
up.
are people
right?
going to show up?
It was a great turnout, though. It actually was.
Yeah, and then the turnout
Yeah.
was
The
fun.
weather didn't keep people away, but what he does is he sets up like a donation jar for the night, because the beer is free, the music is free. It's no charge to get in, and the people that come to this thing, that's what they do. They come to these basement shows, and it's an honor system. So if you can afford to lay down $10 because there's 2 touring bands on the bill, then or 2 out of town bands on the bill, then good for you. If you can only throw in $2 or $3, then that's all right too. But it's a donation jar, and what we're driving at is that somebody stole the donation jar the night that we played. And keep in mind,
never happened ever.
This guy has been doing this for 8 years, and the donation jar has never been stolen at a basement show. So of course the time that we play is like our terrible luck.
Yeah.
Someone jacks the donation jar, and luckily for us, some of the people that were at the show were generous enough to redonate after they figured out that the jar was stolen. So
These are good people.
Yeah, these were awesome
music
people.
lovers. They started a mosh in his fucking basement.
Yeah.
For us.
They were going nuts in this basement for us. Within the first minute of the first song. It's crazy. I've almost never seen that before. It was awesome. But
people don't usually mosh.
That happened, and they had a good idea about the person that actually stole the jar. And that was the thing. That's what we kind of jumped into the story halfway through, but that guy that we said they're going all Sopranos on him, that was the guy that they had cornered in the room there, and then they were pretty sure that it was him or it was someone associated with him that
he couldn't communicate this. From what we gather, he could not.
Yeah.
Could barely communicate. The guy was all cracked out.
Yeah.
He looked like a Chia Pet project of Sideshow Bob. Guy had shitty dreads kind of pouring out of his face.
Yeah.
And his eyes were all wonky, going all over the place. I didn't do that, I didn't do this. I didn't do this. I don't know. And they're all screaming at him. And I mean, what do you do at that point? And of course we're the band that shows up first, so we out, and you have we're in the city
shared driveway.
So you have the one driveway, and it's one lane, man, for their driveway. So we're the guys, and my first time driving a U-Haul. On the back of it, and I got my front wheel drive soccer mom van and this U-Haul, and I finally get it up and shoveled out. These guys are, Lawrence is shoveling it out
the area that we're gonna be for the entire night. We finally get up there, and now you have 2 other cars parked in front of us.
Behind us.
Luckily, they were part of the bands. You know, they weren't like all fucked up, so we got out there eventually. But they were also people that were kind of amidst the issue that was going on too. So they had to like figure that out. You know, you got the owner of the house. He wants to make sure everything's going right there, so he can't exactly
just let
move
us out
his vehicle to. So it's like, oh my gosh, we don't know what's gonna happen. We're gonna get stabbed waiting in line. That's what's gonna happen. We're gonna get stabbed waiting in line. So it was
nuts. It was a great time.
It was nuts. It was nuts for us. We're not used to that. Yeah. That was a lot of fun. We got the fuck out of there though.
That was a blast.
And I got, how many times did I get stuck in the snow? This was the best, worst learning experience for driving a U-Haul.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm totaling this up here.
You know it's winter, right?
15 or 20.
I would say 4 times. But the thing is that we get back. We get back. All we want to do is have a few beers and just pass out. Like, we're a metal band. We're not even getting drunk on this trip, man. We're having fun, like, in a real high school way. And we're getting back from this show, and we just want to go to bed. Like, and it was a lot of fun. Like, we took that, like, everyone's in the car. No one's bleeding out. It was a story to take with us. And I took it with us 3/4 of the way up Zach's driveway. And then that's as far as that got. And we were trying to get it up the driveway, again, van, front-wheel drive, just trying to get it like in his garage, and he would put his garage down most of the way to where the hitch, you know, connects, and that was, we could have called it a night, you know, but I didn't want to be sitting there. The driveway is covered in snow that has ice under it. And, yeah, I couldn't move it up fast enough because the snow had come down. I couldn't move it up fast enough, and that was it. And it got stuck, like, on the way down. I tried to back it out, but the van was sliding, and it got stuck. So what we had to do is we had to, the plan was, you got this U-Haul in a snowbank, and we had to shovel out, and you know the shitty sides of the bottom of your driveway that like get constantly plowed in, and now it's just a layer of sheetrock, you know, in the form of snow. And you're like, there's no way this is happening. These guys shoveled it out to where we could get the doors open to the U-Haul. Took all of the things. I pull a tarp out, and Zach has like a little driveway extension there, like a turnaround. Yeah. And so we put the mat down there, and we put all the valuables on that mat. At that point, it had stopped snowing, thank God. But we're putting the things down on that. And then alleviating the weight in the U-Haul enough to shut the doors, front wheel drive it up the fucking driveway, get into the garage, and then load it all back in.
Yep.
15 minutes.
I'm really glad.
Yeah.
No, that's a 4 a.m. sleep we expected to get back.
It was like 15 or 20 minutes for that whole process.
Yeah. 20 minutes fucking around with the van. We spent 15 minutes just moving.
Yeah,
definitely. And then once we got into your parents' house, it was like didn't matter how late we got there. We were set up with like an array of like tea packets and like freshly fucking boiled like water for tea and like sliced bread and lunch meat and pizza. And
someone should say at this
buffets
point, just to clarify, that the town family hospitality is unrivaled.
Dude.
You've thought you've been to every town.
Not the
You haven't been to the townhouse. Yeah, you haven't been to the townhouse.
Shit.
No, unbelievable, man.
No, we were definitely treated.
Always.
Had the throat coat tea. No, it was lovely. But
That's how we do things, you know. If my mama is listening to this, she will say, "Oh, Jesse is so nice. He's such a nice little boy."
Mamma mia.
now it's spelled Towne, just in case someone wants to get that voice on and have the little option to give it a Zachary, a town, like has a little release with that shit. Townie, it's your nickname.
I went to Oneonta and I was like, shit, I'm not Townie
Yeah, you don't want to be known as a townie in a town that has townies. Bad news. But yeah, I got to tell you, man, that was the best. 4 a.m. getting in after that show, stab free. Zach had like a sixer of beer, or no, he had 5 beers. Is perfect, man, because we got 5 band members, and Bob is our merch guy, and Lawrence doesn't drink beer, so it was beautiful, man. But you had like some rum or something. You had something. It was like a really nice vodka, so it worked out. It was just like, this is perfect. It's a sign, and we drank one good beer, and it was the best beer I ever had. Like, it really, because like of all that shit we did, and it was just like, this is nice. Unlike all the beers I'm slamming now, it doesn't even fucking matter. I'm just gonna feel like shit tomorrow.
I feel like
I'm just planning for tomorrow by drinking these fucking things. Jesus.
I feel like every time we stopped the van that weekend, we got stuck.
Yeah, well, you fuck your face, man. I was.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's fucking, you feel like every time we stopped the van, we got stuck. Yeah, you're right.
No, it's in retrospect, it's funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
To be totally honest, Pat did a great job piloting this minivan with the U-Haul.
Thank you.
No, nobody was saying it was your fault.
With one-wheel drive, like whatever it was. It was like half a wheel drive. It didn't.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You did great.
Thank you for tickling my labes. I strongly appreciate that.
I mean, are we cool with dating when this is happening? Yeah, we can talk about when this is. So
What?
this is
Yeah.
just.
Oh, I didn't mention how I got stuck the morning that we were leaving, the next morning.
It sounds like you got stuck a lot, really.
Yeah, I know. Same thing. Fuck your face. But yeah, and I did get stuck when we left in the same way, just to be consistent. But yeah, getting out of the driveway, I got stuck.
In all fairness, we have gone through an entire calendar month below 32 degrees, below freezing.
Yeah.
An entire month, because, it's the end of February. The whole thing. Have not seen 32 degrees.
That's the Riffcast. Questions or comments, please email us at spirenymetal@gmail.com. There's probably not going to be any bonus material from these conversations, as I said before. We had to stop it. It was getting a little crazy. Please click join our mailing list in the left-hand column of our Facebook page. Again, sorry guys, we did our best to try to level it out for you, but we're probably going to have a more formal part 2. Sitting down with Jesse and Lawrence exclusively. Maybe have Cameron in the mix there, because he was in the band for quite some time. So thanks for listening, guys, and we'll see you at the show. We do have a show. I've been waiting for tickets to come in the mail. I'm gonna release the information though. We are playing with Incantation, legendary death metal heads. Incantation, April 25th. At the Lost Horizon. And we're also with Ebony Sorrow and Inhumanus. Ebony Sorrow's coming back, so I guess that's not just for this show. So that's very exciting. We're all pumped for this, so we will be having tickets available online and through us, just the members of the band. So we will stay updated for that. We'll have that for you. Thank you, guys. See you at the show.